classic TV fans, Rick9G here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Hogan's Heroes, more specifically about an episode from Season 1 called The Great Impersonation. It's one of the best of Season 1. Even more so than that, we're going to deep dive into that episode, and I'm going to tell you what actor surprisingly appears, makes a really short cameo. In fact, it's his first ever acting gig, so you can see it right here, brought to you by Rick9G. I hope you enjoy it. But before I get into it, I do want to let you know that I am giving away the entire Hogan's Heroes Season 1 episodes. All the DVDs for it, all the episodes. If you want to know how to win, it's free of charge. Just watch the whole video to see how you can win. Now, the episode that I mentioned to you previously, episode 21, was called The Great Impersonation. Now, the air date for that one was February 4th, 1966. It's a great one. Like I said, it's probably the best, in my opinion, of Season 1. It is the one where Sergeant Schultz pretends to be Colonel Schultz, or actually, not even Colonel Schultz. Colonel Klink. He plays Colonel Klink to another soldier. It's very hilarious. But essentially, this is what happens in the plot. Now, LeBeau, Newkirk, and Carter are captured while they're outside the prison camp by a German patrol. And we'll get to this scene in a little bit. Now, the three prisoners, they're being held at Stalag 4 for questioning. Now, in order to free them, Hogan comes up with a plan. Sneakily, he convinces Schultz to masquerade as Colonel Klink and demand that the prisoners be turned over to him. Now, it's not really easy to do this because Sergeant Schultz is a little bit soft-hearted, and it took him some time, a little bit of training, which was an amazingly funny scene, trying to convince him to be a nasty colonel. And Schultz almost gives up too easily, but at the end, he gets it. Now, a Gestapo captain comes looking for the man who took the prisoners, but the only one who fits the physical description is, who else? Schultz. And who could believe that Schultz is a fierce officer? Well, no one. It's a great one, as I mentioned. Let me know if you have seen it below. But what about this episode makes it special? Well, this is what I want to focus on, and that is the beginning scene. That is where LeBeau, Newkirk, and Carter are captured by the German patrol. Now, if you're a big movie fan and into movies in general, especially going back into the 70s, 80s, 90s, one name might ring a bell. This man, his name is Harvey Keitel. Now, if you have seen many of his movies, I can list you 164 credits. He's been in a lot. Movies like U-571, Pulp Fiction, Monkey Trouble. Monkey Trouble was one of my favorites of all time when I was a little boy. I would rewatch that movie so much. And he played a gypsy type character. That's how I was introduced to him. He was in Reservoir Dogs. He acted as Mickey Cohen in Bugsy, Thelma and Louise, so many movies, I can keep going. But his first ever acting credit in 1966 is this. He opens up essentially the episode as one of the German soldiers coming in to capture the three guys. Now, if you blink, it may come too fast, but here he is. This is young old Harvey Keitel. No, this is young Harvey Keitel, which is really surprising. Really cool to see him here. Let me compare him. Now, again, he's all donned in this military German attire from World War II, so it's kind of hard to see him fully. But if you really look at his features and so forth, this is him. Plus, I mean, he was uncredited in this episode, but that definitely is him. Now, did you ever spot him, or did you even know that he was in this episode? I'll just say a quick little fact that James Frawley is also in this episode. I won't get too much into him because he went into directing, and essentially you don't see much of his face, but I didn't want to mention him. But going back to Harvey Keitel, I think I was mind blown because he was in Taxi Driver. He was in so many different things, acting alongside Robert De Niro and so many great actors. So let me know what you think about this fact. I know a lot of you want to know how to win the Season 1 DVD set with all the episodes from Season 1, including The Great Impersonation, so you can see Harvey Keitel for yourself. How do you win? Well, it's very easy. As I mentioned, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is be a subscriber. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and then you also have to include the code word in there. German Harvey. German Harvey, put that in there. As long as those 2 words are in the comment, you will be good. You can comment anything else in that comment, but just make sure to put German Harvey as the code word. And finally, there's a link in the description. This is completely confidential just for me, so that when I pick you, I will know where I can send the DVD. Just put a little bit of information and that's it. Remember, it's kept confidential. I've done this for 7 years, so don't worry about it. I just want to be able to get your DVD and your prizes as quick as humanly possible. We'll see you next time. Good luck on the giveaway. As I mentioned, always keep trying for the giveaways. There's always going to be one winner, but that day it may be you. So participate. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my supporters on Patreon, especially my Diamond tier patrons. New patron Gerard D, David D, Citizen Kane 359, Greg S, Kevin K, Ricky, Sally, and Vito L. Make sure to check the links in the description to see how you could be on this list as well.